The name of this place is Falling Star Lake. There is a long-standing feud between the Ning and Su families of the Demon Talisman sect. The sect has allowed each family to send one representative every 10 years to decide their fate. Today, only one person will come out alive. The Ning family will send out the second son of the sect's direct line, Ning Dao, and this is Ning Dao, who has come to challenge the Su family. This time, we really have no chance of winning this fight, Patriarch Su. Let's not lower ourselves to his level. The Ning family sent an inner sect expert from the Flame Demon Hall, and Ning Dao is a young generation Dao Foundation expert. The Ning family is bound to win this competition. And Ning Dao says, wonder which poor soul will be sacrificed. Off course. The Ning family even wore the ancestral flame demon armor, and there are few within the sect who can defeat him. Su Liming. Come out and meet your death. I crossed over to this fantasy world, where people call me, the Daoist of Many Treasures. The game I played, called Tushita Heaven, will have its servers shut down, and my account will be deleted. However, in the process, this garbage game company is scamming my money. Way so you don't get caught in the crossfire. The weather is nice today, perfect for staying home and playing games. He's a disgrace to the demon sect, and then, after this battle will determine life and death. As well as superiority. The winner will receive a garden on Manhwa Island, as well as all the attendants and cauldrons present. And this beautiful girl's name is Qin Shui, a top-tier cauldron at the 9th level of Qi cultivation. And people are thinking, only the winner of today's battle, young Master Ning, is worthy of Miss Qin. Even our family's trash picker looks better than that old XU guy. But Su Liming doesn't mind these things. This hair is too long, and it's bothering me. It shouldn't affect my duel, right? And then the fight begins. And Ning Dao attacks first, causing a huge explosion, but Su Liming blocks his attack with just one hand, much to Ning Dao's astonishment as well as everyone else's. And after that, Su Liming takes off his clothes and shows his body. Hey kid. Respect the old and love the young, understand? My name is Su Liming. Once the top player in the game, Tushita, accidentally crossed into this fantasy world during the game's server shutdown process, and now, I'm about to face my first battle in this world. Next, let me show you the true power of our Ning family's flame demon armor ancestral technique. But Su Liming ignores him and stretches, but Ning Dao uses 50% of the power of the flame demon armor and attacks Su Liming. But Su Liming avoids his attack. Does this guy have any regard for the lives of the audience at all? Now he uses the 100% power of his flame demon armor and attacks Su Liming, and there is a huge explosion at that place. When the dust clears, Su Liming is lying on the ground, and after seeing this, everyone becomes very happy. They think that Ning Dao has won, and everyone is very happy, but then blood comes out of Ning Dao's mouth, and he falls to the ground, and Su Liming stands up, and this match is won by Su Liming, and everyone is very surprised to see this. Especially for Qin Shui, it's impossible. How could young Master Ning lose? I'm going to end up with an old man. Then after this, Su Liming, while removing Qin Shui to the side, says, move aside, women only slow down my sword drawing speed. And Qin Shui gets very angry after hearing this. She finds it an insult, and she says, just because he won by fluke, he dares to be so arrogant. I'm Qin Shui, and no one has ever ignored me like this. The person I'm looking for must have potential and the ability to reach the Golden Core realm. But since things have already been settled, I must find another way out. And after this, the scene is sifted outside the cave of Dragon Ridge Mountain. And now everyone knows that Su Liming has defeated Ning Dao, and everyone is talking about the same thing, but didn't he just break through the Dao Foundation's 3rd stage realm at 200 years old? Did he suddenly leap forward before the duel this month? He used to plant flowers and play the qin every day, he practiced writing and painting, but now he is suddenly astonishing. Is it true that Elder Su's way of cultivating is to cultivate both the physique and the soul? And after that, Su Liming comes to a place and starts looking around. Is this all that the original owner of this body had collected? So poor. I thought that this world setting was the same as the game I played before, so maybe I can reproduce my 9 supreme magic treasures. But I don't expect this body's original owner's savings to be so poor, not a single decent material is available. But what is this thing? Tsongpan Divine Stone, SSS level item during the time of the ancient heaven and earth at the beginning of the world, the heavenly house fragments scattered into the world. And ordinary earthly materials, such as stones, condensed into a fossilized this is the Tsongpan Divine Stone. And its description is exactly the same as that of Daoist Heaven. The most important material of the heavenly wuji tablet is here, but this material is only enough to refine a treasure to the degree of the lower grade spiritual weapon. But the lower grade is also enough, the heavenly wuji tablet will still have the ability to deduce. The deduction of chi cultivation methods to get their true meaning will be able to accelerate the learning of my cultivation techniques. This is what I need most now. To prove whether this world can reproduce my spiritual treasures or not, this is the moment. And after that, Su Liming uses his power to inject his energy into her, and he succeeds and is very happy. I can't believe it's really possible. The next step is to search for the treasures of the geniuses in this world and reproduce my 9 supreme spiritual treasures. The goal of being the strongest is now one step closer. Now that I think about it, rising to the top with such a face isn't quite like being able to. It's good to first try the deduction technique of the heavenly WI tablet. I remember there was a rejuvenation technique there. I found it. After a while, many people outside Su Liming's cave were waiting for Su Liming to meet them. Now Su Liming has become very famous. I heard that she has the beauty of a fairy and has an extremely high level of cultivation. Just then Qin Shi comes there and has brought another disciple along with her. This is the Ice Devil Temple's senior brother, Chu Xiang, and he is now the first among the 3 generations of the O family. And he is very likely to become a true disciple of the Ice Demon's Highness. And Qin Shi says, I fell in love with Brother Chu at first sight and vowed to follow him in this lifetime of mine. And after hearing this, people start talking among themselves and say, some time ago, this Qin Shi was also affectionate with Ning Dao, today she hooked up with another fresh meat. That's to say, she looks only at the face at first sight. That's right. If Elder Su was also a few hundred years younger, I'm afraid she'd have long jumped up on him, and after hearing this, Qin Shi feels very embraced, and she says, I, Qin Shi, mostly hate people who judge others by their looks. I have always liked a down-to-earth man. Eyes like a star, noses sharp like blades, firm facial features, 8-pack abs, I don't care about any of these. Hearing so much noise, Su Liming comes out of the cave. When people see him, they get shocked, because now Su Liming is not the same old man as before, now he has come out as a handsome and young boy. Everyone is surprised to see that Elder Su has regained his youth. Could it be that he has practiced some secret method of the sect? And when Qin Shi looks up, she can't say anything and only looks at Su Liming, totally my cup of tea. This look and this body, but Chu Xiang doesn't like it and says to Qin Shi, hey. You asked me to come here to set you free from Su Liming. What is it? Don't you need my help anymore? But Qin Shi says, this concubine has lost her composure, and I hope Mr. Chu can decide on my behalf, but she is thinking in her mind, I need to calm down. I can only get rid of my status as a furnace by doing the following, Mr. Chu. Then Chu Xiang tells Su Liming, Daoist Su. As you've heard just now, Shu Yi and I have long since had a lifelong pact. But unfortunately, her fate has fallen into your hands. I request that you please let go of her. Otherwise. And Su Liming gets very angry after hearing this, I won her fair and square, how dare you ask me to refund her? You damn garbage company. Who do you think you are? She is something I won back fair and square. Anyone who dares lay their hands on her, I'll chop off their hands. After this, Chu Ziang is about to use the 9 Dragons Annihilation technique, but Su Liming just pinches Chu Ziang, and it's quite fancy. Though this attack is much worse than even the lowest level boss, this isn't a game world. If someone dies, they won't ever be revived again. There's only one chance at life. I'll definitely make use of the identity of Su Liming and ascend to the top of this world. You all saw that Chu Ziang had attacked our fellow clan members first. This is a felony worthy of punishment. Go and report this back to the clan. And Su Liming says to Qin Shi, didn't you want to get away from me before? You can go now. But Qin Shi says no. I didn't want to go at all. It was him. He threatened me and coveted my beauty. He was threatening me to do all this. Liming really didn't do anything. Please don't abandon me. I'm very useful to you. But Su Liming says, women will only affect the cultivation of my sword, you can find someone else. So Qin Shi says, word of a furnace that betrayed its master spreads today. In the Devil's Rune sect, there are 10,000 ways to deal with people who've lost all value, like me. If I leave him, the only option I have is to die. I have practiced dual cultivation arts. I can help you break through your bottleneck. Let me stay with you, please. I can help you increase your cultivation with the years of training I've achieved. And when Su Liming hears this, he says, interesting. And after this, the scene shifts to Qin Shi's bedroom. Then both come to the room, and Su Liming is now ready to do bad things. So he goes to Qin Shi. Qin Shi was already ready to do bad things, but Su Liming backs away, and Qin Shi doesn't understand why he is doing this. And Qin Shi thinks to herself, what's wrong? He can't be an eunuch, right? Is it just his face that's gotten younger? It has a very simple region. In this life and in my past life, he's only ever played games and stayed a virgin. He was also born to a soul mother. And Su Liming asks, how do you do it? But even Qin Shi doesn't know how to do it. I'm still a virgin. The sisters who taught me said, just let nature take its course, let's just do it as we feel like it. But Su Liming doesn't like it, it's a matter of cultivation. How can you be so casual about such things? And he starts remembering, I see. I understand, open it. Open it wider. Qin Shi also gets ready and starts taking off her clothes, but Su Liming doesn't understand anything because Su Liming is too stupid. I'm saying to open your dantian, I want to channel my qi into it so that I can practice double cultivation. For the advanced gamer who always pays attention to efficiency, this is the most efficient way. And now Qin Shi also starts getting angry, and now she takes command into her own hands. Let me show you how to be efficient and comfortable. And then the two of them do bad things all night long, and then it's morning, and Qin Shi is sitting next to Su Liming, looking at Su Liming, and thinking to herself, it's true that men are easily conquered. After the sweet rain, let's see if you still don't understand my value. You won't be able to live without me in the future. It's quite easy to control men like you. First, I will treat you with a little sweetness and care, so that you'll know how good I am. After that, you won't be able to get away from me. Later, I will teach you to enjoy the scenery of the mountain top, and after that, you'll obediently obey my words. Then after this, Su Liming gets up, and Qin Shi says it's time for us to play the next game. But Su Liming is so stupid that he removes Qin Shi from above and says, an inch of time is an inch of gold. It's time to get up and practice. Do you still want to continue sleeping? How can you bear to sleep at this age and not go out to practice? Stay inside the cave. I don't want to see you bring outsiders to mess up my schedule again. Last night's practice was really efficient. If you wish to, we can cooperate again later. Qin Shi gets very angry after hearing this and says, you truly don't understand how to warm up a woman's heart afterwards, you truly have no understanding of women. A reminder, all the rules and ethics of women in front of handsome men are capable of being rewritten. Woman, you are playing with fire. After this, Su Liming comes to his room. This dual cultivation art is truly unusual. I actually broke through my bottleneck. This physics of mine has finally broken through the fourth level of the Dao Foundation realm. This physique of mine has such poor qualifications that it doesn't even allow spiritual energy to flow freely, and even now it can barely flow properly. It seems that in addition to using medicinal herbs and baths, the efficiency of dual cultivation to improve qualifications is also very high. This Shi still has some use for me, but the dual cultivation arts are only a small aid. Cultivating step by step to upgrade is the top player's play style. The most important thing at the moment is to refine the 9 supreme spiritual treasures. The most important thing is to refine the 9 supreme spiritual treasures. At present, there is only the lowest level treasure of the wuji heavenly tablet. Every stone treasure embedded with an attribute stone is upgraded to the first level and gains the ability to deduce the cultivation skills of the associated attribute. In order to upgrade further, I need to find all 5 elements of the original stone. The most powerful techniques of the Devil's Rune sect are the fire attribute skills. If only I could search for the whereabouts of the original fire stone first, that would be way better. What's this? The Devil's Rune sect's mission talisman. The Dragon Scale Fruit Tree Harvesting Day is approaching, calling the inner disciple Su Liming to be stationed there. Ordered to go to Dragon Scale Island immediately without any faults. The Devil's Rune sect's mission edict: once it is used, the sect disciples must obey, violators will be killed without mercy. Guarding the Dragon Scale Fruit? Isn't this a task only for senior disciples? This task isn't supposed to be mine as an outer elder. It seems that after yesterday's battle, someone in the clan is not happy with me. But the Dragon Scale Fruit Tree seems to be growing near the Fire Stone. This is a great way to reach the top quickly. That's good. This is a great challenge for me. The top player must never be afraid of challenges, after all. And after this, the scene shifts inside a cave in Zhouguang Mountain of the Devil's Rune sect. Is everything about Su Liming arrangeable? The loss of a few fruits is justifiable. That tree has the mark left by the ancestor, and no one can take it away. So this man says, it's all been done. There's no need to be concerned. And after hearing this man says, but that Daoist Su hid himself, pretending to be clumsy, for many years, and played with the pig to eat the tiger. Due to this careless move of mine, he was able to kill my younger brother. If not for that old man from the Du family, why would I be in such trouble? Su Liming, I will definitely make use of your blood and sacrifice it to my brother. Then after this, the scene shifts to Su Liming. Is this the Dragon Scale Island? It looks quite ordinary. And there is a barrier in place. This concealment array is a bit rough, it still needs improvement. And there is a turtle and a dragon in the water that seem to be chasing Su Liming. When did such an island appear in the sea over here? It seems that there is a restriction that has not been discovered. Maybe what we are looking for is inside. Should we force our way in? Then Su Liming goes inside that place and meets a man. The man then brings Su Liming to a tree and says, this tree is the Dragon Scale Fruit Tree. When it matures in a month, it will attract some monsters. Be careful with those little monsters when the time comes. When someone comes to replace you, your task will be completed. Remember, do not let the Dragon Scale Fruit fall, otherwise, you will bear the consequences. It's just a matter of business, there's nothing to thank me for. I won't disturb you, I'll go back to the sect first. Then after that, the man leaves the place, and can Su Liming explain such an important task in only a few words? What kind of trickery is this? And then someone comes over who is Kuai Shanshui, a fellow disciple of Yu Liming in the Demon Talisman sect, and says, Junior brother Su, you're so fast, we had to hurry to catch up. And Su is this man. So the senior tells us, this is senior brother Zhuang Buxiu, an outstanding figurine among our inner disciples. So Su Liming says, the task only instructed me to guard the dragon scale fruit alone. What brings the two of you here? So Bushio says, all the property that Ning Dao lost to you belongs to his brother, Ning Daozhen. Please return it to him immediately. But Su Liming says, L won it all, so why L give? Hearing this, Bushio gets angry, but the senior calms Bushio, and Bushio leaves, and Su Liming says, if the grudge between the Su family and the Ning family could be easily resolved, there would be no need for a fight to the death. Who do you think you are? In this world, whoever has the strongest fist has the say. I also have to hurry up and practice. And Su Liming uses his power to go inside the cave, and the demon talisman gets internal technique from the flame demon true scripture. The chat I got from Ning Dao was also cultivated in the game. So it is easy to pick it up again. Unfortunately, this body's aptitude is too poor, although I've learned the techniques to improve it. Next, my precious baby also needs to be trained. And then the Flame Dragon Slayer takes out the immortal sword. This is the first sword obtained in the game, and because happen comes with scripture, it's enough to deal with small bosses in the early stages. In the game, this sword is obtained by defeating a boss. But in this world, it costs 160k gold. Fortunately, we still have Ning Dao sets. The sword chi roars like thunder, the sword splits the light, the body and sword merge, and the mind and sword become clear. Let's try to use it first. With my current strength, I may not be able to exert much power. And then the dragon and the tortoise also reach that place by way of water, and the tortoise says, Your Highness, I have confirmed that the dragon scale fruit is indeed on this island. And the dragon becomes happy and says, the intelligence was correct. The cultivator guarding it seems to be trash. Both of these dragons have come to steal the scale fruit, and as soon as they move forward, there is an attack on the dragon, which was done by Su Liming while doing his training. Su Liming does not know anything yet. After that, the dragon comes in front of Su Liming and is very angry, but Su Liming laughs a lot seeing the dragon because two of the dragon's horns are now cut off, and he has also become bald, and after seeing this, the dragon gets even more angry. So comes, and now he attacks Su Liming.